श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम्। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। क्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्ये सर्वदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषयपूरोगणां निधे सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नमो धर्माय महते नमः कृष्णाय वेदसे ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमस्कृत्य धर्मान् वक्ष्यामि शाश्वतां। नमो भगवते तस्मै व्यासाय तुते श्रेयस्य प्रसादात् वक्ष्यामि नारायणकथामिमाम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं गरुडालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. So last time we looked at 14th day. At the conclusion of 14 days battle or the end of the day, the battle continues to the night, and as the Kauravas were being attacked from all directions, Duryodhana goes to Karna, and Karna says he is going to kill Arjuna, defeat the Pandavas and kill Arjuna and send Yudhishthira back to forest, because on death of Arjuna, Yudhishthira will, in that grief, he will return back to forest. So hearing this, Kripa says that you have faced Arjuna many times. There is no way you are going to defeat him. So you are going to be losing once more. He will lose the battle against Arjuna. So Karna becomes very angry, and he says that he is going to use that weapon given by Indra himself, and he is going to use that, and he kept that for Arjuna's sake, and he is going to use that, and he will kill Arjuna in this battle. And he also scolds Kripa in that discussion argument, that he scolds him and saying that you are a old Brahman, you don't know anything, and he scolds him with all the derogatory words, he insults him. So hearing this, Ashwatthama becomes very angry. Ashwatthama, once he takes out his scimitar, and then he furiously rushes towards Karna. He going towards Karna, he tells Karna that, oh, lowest of men, oh Karna, you are talking to Kripa as if that Kripa who is speaking of all the virtues of possessed in Arjuna is talking about that, but you still scold him, you still talk ill of that Kripa, my brave uncle. From malice you are speaking like that, possessed of pride and insolence. You brag today of your strength without regarding any of the words. This greatest moment in front of you, this Kripa in front of you, he is not giving any regard for him. You are in pride, and insensitively you are talking to Kripa today. So Ashwatthama also says that, where was your strength when Arjuna killed Jayadratha in front of your own eyes? He killed him. Where was your strength? If you're really that strong, why you did not stop him? And you just indulge in your own greatness, and Devatas, Asuras united together, they failed to defeat Arjuna in the battle. He has Krishna as his ally in this battlefield. So there is nobody who can defeat Arjuna. See that what I do today, because you insulted my uncle like this, a Brahmana, you insulted my uncle like this in front of everybody, I'm going to remove your head from the body today. And saying that, Ashwatthama rushes towards Karna with a sword in his hand. So as Ashwatthama is going like that, Duryodhana and Kripa, both of them hold back Ashwatthama, drag him back and pull him back, and as he was going towards Karna. So then Karna addresses Ashwatthama, saying that this Ashwatthama thinks that he is going to kill me. Let him free him. Don't hold him back. Let him come to me, near me. Then we will see what happens. So Karna also does not step back when Ashwatthama rushes like that. So Ashwatthama says that you are wicked understanding this fault, this words you have spoken, we have forgiven you. But Arjuna will not forgive you. He will remove all your pride in this battlefield. He will remove that. So when he says Ashwatthama, because Kripa and Duryodhana were trying to stop him, he says that we have forgiven you, but Arjuna will not forgive. Then Duryodhana also tells Arjuna, Ashwatthama, that please forgive him, forgive Karna. You should not be angry. And upon Karna, Kripa, Drona, Shalya, Shakuni, all these, and yourself, this entire troops is depending on you. So don't do that. Pandavas are uniting together, they are attacking us. So don't get into this kind of battle now, arguments between us here. So when he was pacified like that by Duryodhana, Ashwatthama then forgives Karna, and Kripa also, who urges Ashwatthama to hold on, and then Kripa tells Karna that you are of wicked heart. This fault, this the insult you uh, uh, thrown at me, all those things I have forgiven you, but Arjuna will not forgive you. He will quell your pride. So, like this, Kripa says, when they attacked, they finally stopped their own internal arguments. Then Karna, taking thousands of troops, he rushes towards that Pandava troops coming towards him. So he attacks. Then the terrible battle takes place between Karna and the Pandavas, and the Panchalas, Pandavas uniting together. They started saying, "There is Karna. Karna is here. Attack him, kill him!" Like this, shouting. All those warriors on the Pandavas side, Panchalas, all of them started attacking. On the other hand, again, Karna, he did not uh, tremble. He did not fear any of those attacking. He faced all of them and he fought all of them. And in that battlefield, he destroyed large number of Panchala warriors that was coming towards him. The lightness in his arm, the quickly releasing those arrows from his bow, he is releasing continuously and checking all those kings who on the Pandava side who were attacking him. He resisted all of them. And again, those kings on the Panchala troops who were coming and attacking Karna, they were afflicted by Karna, losing their coolness. They started to run from that battlefield in front of Arjuna and Bhima and others. So then again, that battlefield was covered with fallen heads of the Panchala warriors killed by Karna. Then Duryodhana, seeing Karna battling like that, he goes to Ashwatthama and tells him that, see, Karna in that battlefield battling very bravely, but he is now going to be faced by Arjuna. Arjuna is coming towards him. Let's make sure that Arjuna does not succeed in killing Karna in this battlefield. So let's all of us go there and support Karna in that battle against Arjuna. So when he addresses like that, Kripa, Shalya, Ashwatthama, Kritavarman, all of them go towards Arjuna, and all of them united advanced against Arjuna, and purely to rescue Karna from Arjuna, they all went against Arjuna in that battlefield. So Dhritarashtra, listening to this, he asks Sanjaya, saying that when Arjuna was angrily looking like a destroyer himself coming towards Karna, what did Karna do next? And what did he always challenged Arjuna? He always said that he was competent to defeat Arjuna in the battlefield. What did Karna do in that battlefield when his enemy was in front of him? So Sanjay continues his narration. He says that when Arjuna was rushing towards him, Karna fearlessly proceeded towards Arjuna, and Arjuna, however, covered Karna with large number of arrows, straight arrows. Karna also, on the other hand, covered Arjuna with his own arrows. So like this, both of them covered in the clouds of arrows, each other covering. Karna angrily he pierces Arjuna with 3 arrows, and then Arjuna, seeing Karna's quick release of those arrows, he could not tolerate that. He angrily shoots at Karna 30 straight arrows with stone tip and blazing points. They entered and they pierced Karna, and Karna's bow. Then Arjuna, taking another sharp arrow, long arrow with stone tip, he strikes at Karna's left arm. So that left arm injured by Arjuna, which was holding Karna was holding bow in that arm. That bow drops off from his hand. So then Karna takes up another bow within a twinkling of an eye, and then he covers Arjuna once more with large number of arrows. Arjuna, smiling like baffles all those arrows coming towards him, and then he again fights Karna in return, and like this, the battle continues between them. Then Arjuna, seeing Karna's strength, quickly cuts off his bow, and then he kills the four horses of Karna, and then with a number of broad-headed arrows, he kills the horses, and then he cuts off the trunk of Karna's charioteer, and then he Arjuna with uh, Arjuna and in that Arjuna in that battlefield, he pierces that Karna who was standing there without bow, without horses, without charioteer. He was sitting there. He strikes him with four arrows. So then Karna immediately jumping down from that chariot, which was not moving anywhere. So he jumps down from that and he goes on mounts on Kripa's chariot. See the irony here? Karna was telling Kripa that he is going to defeat Arjuna and he is going to kill him and do all these things. And then he had argument with Kripa. And then now when Arjuna came in front, he had battle. He could not stand. So he had to run away from his chariot and go and take refuge in Kripa's chariot. So he goes and takes mounts on Kripa's chariot. Seeing him defeated like that, all the Kaurava troops started running away, flying away in all directions. Duryodhana himself checks all of them and he tells them that do not run away. I am myself will now advance against Arjuna. I will kill Arjuna with all the Panchalas today. I will fight that Arjuna today and I will destroy through my arrows. I will destroy the entire Panchala troops. Don't run away, don't run away. Like this, he tells his troops who were running away from Arjuna. So when he was saying like that, again Arjuna he rushes towards with a large troops. He rushes towards Arjuna, and seeing him going like that, Kripa tells Ashwatthama and says that, see there, Duryodhana is losing his senses, seeing Karna's loss. He now rushing towards Arjuna, and if Kuru king goes there, there is nobody who can rescue him from Arjuna's arrows. So let's make sure that he remains alive in this battlefield as long as he does not as long as he does not face Arjuna's arrow. So the moment he faces Arjuna's arrows, he is not going to survive. So let's make sure that king is not killed in this battle. And also it is improper for king to battle himself when we all there in this battlefield. So go and make sure that you go in front of Duryodhana and face Arjuna yourself. So like this, he instructs Ashwatthama. So hearing this, Ashwatthama says that when I am alive, so Duryodhana will not be in danger. So I will go and check Partha. So saying this, he goes, and Duryodhana also Duryodhana then tells Ashwatthama that Guru Drona always protects Pandavas just like he protects his own sons. So he protects you just like he protects Pandavas. So he never sees them as his enemies. It is my misfortune that your strength also never become fierce in battle because you are also have a lot of affection for Yudhishthira and his brothers and Draupadi. You have a lot of affection for those Pandavas. So that's why I am ignorant. I'm thinking about all this kingdom and everything. All the people came to me and they are dying in this battlefield. I'm trusted all of you. So when Ashwatthama was going towards Arjuna, Duryodhana stops and tells him that I don't trust you anymore. I don't trust you, your father or you, because you are all Pandavas side. So he again tells him that if you are really want to help me, go and destroy that my enemies. So you are born to kill all the Panchalas. That destruction, Panchala's destruction from this world has been said is going to happen through your hands. That has been said by many rishis and ascetics sages have said that this is what's going to happen. So why don't you accomplish that today? So go and destroy that Panchala force. And kill that Arjuna in that battlefield. Like this, Duryodhana kind of insults him and also encourages Ashwatthama. So when he addresses like that, Ashwatthama replies to him saying that it is just as you say, Pandavas are always very dear to me, and for my father as well, they are very dear. But this is battlefield, and it is in the battlefield. Nobody is very dear to anybody. So here I will battle fearlessly. I will bid myself, Karna, Shalya, Kripa, Ashwatthama. All of us will destroy that Pandavas army in a twinkling of we can destroy. At the same time, Pandavas as well, in a twinkling of an eye, they could have destroyed this entire Kuru host if we were not present here. So again, make sure that the energy encountering the energy that's being neutralized in this battlefield. Pandava army is incapable of being destroyed even by as long as the Pandavas sons are alive, so we cannot destroy them. But I will tell you truly, I will go and fight them. I will fight and destroy that Panchala troops. Again, you on the other hand here, you are very covetous, you are deceitful, you are vainglorious, you are suspicious of everything, and you even suspect me. I think you are very wicked, you are very sinful soul, you are an embodiment of the sin itself. You are very mean, sinful thoughts. You doubt us and everybody in this battlefield. But still, I regard myself, I'm coming here, I came here for the battle, and I'm going to engage in this battlefield. So Ashwatthama scolds Duryodhana, and then he says that I will fight Panchala, Somagas, Kaikiyas, Pandyas, everybody I will fight in this battlefield. And today, Yudhishthira will see that Ashwatthama, how he battles, and seeing that Yudhishthira will become cheerless. So saying this, Ashwatthama goes towards that battlefield. So he goes, and then the battle starts between Panchalas and Ashwatthama. And Ashwatthama in that battle, he kills 10 brave warriors on the Panchala troops in front of Dhrishtadyumna and Pandavas. He kills them. And the Panchala Somakas, then abandoning Ashwatthama, they started running away, seeing those great warriors on the Panchala side being killed by Ashwatthama. They start running away. Dhrishtadyumna then goes against Ashwatthama in that battlefield, and then he tells Ashwatthama, he tells him that if you are a hero, fight with me. I will kill you in this battlefield. When you are saying that, Dhrishtadyumna again strikes Ashwatthama with sharp arrows, and then Ashwatthama on the other hand again strikes back. Dhrishtadyumna once again strikes Ashwatthama. Those arrows penetrate into Ashwatthama's body, and then like this, deeply pierced and by Dhrishtadyumna's arrows, and also angrily, Ashwatthama with a arrow in his hand, he tells Dhrishtadyumna, wait a minute, I will send you to Yama's place. Like this, he releases that arrow and he covers Dhrishtadyumna with large number of arrows. The battle takes place between them, and then again Dhrishtadyumna scolds him and he says that you are a Brahmana, abandoning all the practice of Brahmana. You are coming as a Kshatriya here. That's why there is no sin that's going to attach to anybody if you get killed in this battlefield. So again, this is important here. Killing Brahmanas is one of the Pancha Mahapatakas. So that is the gravest sins. Okay, so Brahmanas killing is the first among those 5 gravest sins. But when a Brahmana having a weapon in his hand and is fighting, if he is killed, there is no sin to that. So there is 2 messages to it. One is being a Brahmana should not take up weapons. The second is if he takes up weapons, there is no sin if he gets killed. So Dhrishtadyumna quotes the same Dharma Shastra here. He says that killing you is not no sin attached to it. Like this, they cover each other. They start attacking with large number of arrows continuously back and forth, and the battle continues. So Ashwatthama in that battle, he cuts off the bow, standard, umbrella, and two Pashni drivers of Dhrishtadyumna, and also his main charioteer of Dhrishtadyumna, his four horses, he kills them. So then he kills large number of hundreds and thousands of Panchala warriors. He kills them, and seeing this, those Panchala warriors started running away. So saying 100 Panchalas with 100 arrows, three foremost among them uh, with three sharp arrows in front of Dhrishtadyumna and Arjuna, Ashwatthama kills a large number of Panchalas in that battlefield. And then again, Panchalas again, also Sringayas, all of them started running away from Ashwatthama in that battlefield. Then Ashwatthama, having defeated those Panchala troops like that in that battlefield, utters a huge roar. And seeing this, Yudhishthira, Bhima, they surround Ashwatthama from all sides. So seeing them coming, Duryodhana with Drona, they also rush towards that place and start attacking. So then the battle commences between Yudhishthira and them. Yudhishthira angrily he dispatches large number of Ambastas, Malavas, Vangas, Shibis, Trigartas coming and attacking him in that battlefield. And Bhima also he kills large number of Abhishasas, Surasenas, and many other Kshatriyas who are very brave warriors. He defeats all of them and kills all of them in that battlefield. And Arjuna in that battlefield, he sends Yodhayas and many tribal mountain range living warriors, Madrakas, Malavas, all of them, he sends all of them to Yama's place. So like this, the terrible battle takes place in that place, and in that evening, there is again huge roar came near Drona's chariot where people, Panchalas, were attacking him, saying that kill him, strike him, pierce him, cut him into pieces. Like this, they were attacking him, saying and shouting and attacking him. Drona, on the other hand, releases Vaiva weapon, and then through that he destroys that Panchala troops, and Panchala troops started running away. So then Arjuna and Bhima, they go and attack Drona. Arjuna attacks on the right and Bhima attacks on the left. They pour Drona with large number of arrows, and then again Drona continuously resists them and then continues to attack Somakas and Panchalas in that battlefield. So, but Arjuna and Bhima united together, they destroy the Kaurava troops that was coming. That Kaurava troops being slaughtered like that by Arjuna, they started running away in the darkness, started running away in all directions. Seeing the battle continuing like this, at that time, Somadatta, Bhurishrava's father, Balika's son, he previously again they had a battle with Satyaki, and again once again he comes back to Satyaki and he addresses him, saying that he Satyaki tells his driver, his charioteer, that take me towards Somadatta, and then the battle takes place between them. He strikes Somadatta strikes Satyaki with a large number of arrows, and then continuously covers Satyaki with arrows, and Satyaki again in return pierces Somadatta with whetted arrows. So like this, the battle takes place with both of them injured, body mangled and pierced with arrows. They looked they looked like porcupine with arrows covered all over their body in that battlefield. So then Somadatta in that battlefield cuts off the bow of Satyaki, and with great speed he once again cuts off, pierces Satyaki with 25 arrows. Then Satyaki, taking a tougher bow, he strikes back at Somadatta with 5 arrows. Then with a broad-headed arrow, Satyaki cuts off the standard of Somadatta, and then he fearlessly again, Satyaki with 25 arrows, he strikes Somadatta, and Somadatta in return strikes him back. Satyaki as well cuts off with razor arrow bow of Somadatta, and then he pierces Somadatta with arrows looking like a snake's fangs. So with 100 arrows like that he strikes, and like this the battle takes place, each other cutting off their bows and then striking each other. They were battling. Then Bhima coming there to support Satyaki, he strikes Somadatta with 10 arrows. And Somadatta again quickly covers Bhima with sharp arrows. Satyaki at that time, angrily, he aiming at Somadatta's chest, shoots a new terrible pariga, and that pariga was going towards Somadatta. Somadatta cuts off that into pieces. Then Satyaki with a broad-headed arrow cuts off Somadatta's bow. Then with 5 arrows he cuts off his leathern fence, which is cased around his fingers. So again, these warriors wear finger protection because otherwise, as they release the arrows, fingers will get hurt. So he removes that. So that means he cannot release the arrows quickly now. Then with 4 other arrows, he speedily kills the horses of Somadatta. Then, with a sharp arrow, he cuts off Somadatta's charioteer's head. Then, with a terrible arrow, which wetted stone at the tip, and that arrow was steeped in oil, which is again equipped with wings of gold. And so that arrow he releases towards Somadatta, and that arrow going and striking Somadatta's chest, it kills Somadatta, and Somadatta falls down from his chariot, and then he dies in that battlefield. So like this, Satyaki kills Somadatta, and also he killed Bhurishrava, Somadatta's son, on the 14th day. So 14th day evening he kills Bhurishrava. 14th day night he kills Somadatta himself. And then Balika, Somadatta's father, was killed on the 14th day night by Bhima, with supported by Satyaki. So like this, the 3 generations, grandfather, father, and son, were killed on the 14th day. So meanwhile, Pandavas again, with Prabhakara's Panchala troops, they again rushed against Drona's troops. Yudhishthira angrily he goes against Drona. Seeing Yudhishthira coming like that, Drona angrily he rushes towards him, and then Drona he strikes Yudhishthira with seven sharp arrows. Yudhishthira in return strikes Drona with 5 arrows, deeply pierced by those arrows. Drona becomes very angry. He cuts off both standard and bow of Yudhishthira. And then with great speed again, Yudhishthira takes up another bow, very strong bow, and then with that he starts attacking Drona. He pierces again. Drona once again pierces. Yudhishthira pierces Drona's horses, his charioteer, and then his standard and chariot itself with thousands of arrows. So afflicted like that, Drona becomes very tired. He sits down on his terrace of his chariot, recovering in pain. He was in pain and finally recovering his senses. Angrily, he once again invokes Vaiva weapon against Yudhishthira, and Yudhishthira in return invokes the same weapon, and with that, like this, the battle continues. So Yudhishthira again takes up another arrow and he cuts Drona's bow into 2 pieces. Drona again takes up another bow, but Yudhishthira cuts that as well. So like this, the battle continues. At that time, Krishna comes to Yudhishthira and he tells him that stop fighting with Drona, because Drona always tried to capture you, and in case if you happen to lose, so then he will capture you. So do not fight with Drona, because yes, you are winning, but anything can happen. So he also there is also Dhrishtadyumna here, who has been created for Drona's destruction as well in this battlefield, and definitely Dhrishtadyumna will kill Drona. So don't worry about this. So leaving Drona here, you go to Duryodhana, because as a king, you should fight with the king on the other side. So go and fight with Duryodhana, and so including all these elephants and horses and chariots and everything, you go there and you fight with Duryodhana. Arjuna and myself with small forces and Bhima, we will fight the rest of the Kurus. You go and fight Duryodhana. So like this, Krishna sends Yudhishthira away from Drona. So again, important thing here is, as I said, even though Yudhishthira defeated twice on this 14th day Drona here previously. Again, we looked at where battle takes place between them. Drona releases all the divine weapons, but Yudhishthira baffles all of them. Then Drona tired and he leaves Yudhishthira and goes away. Right. So here again, once more we see the same thing happening. The importance is at one point if Drona succeeds in defeating or causing danger to Yudhishthira, then he will try to capture him. That's why Krishna is saying we can't be every time, we can't be just around you waiting for what's going to happen. So you don't fight Drona because your risk is from Drona. So okay. So you fight anybody else, go and fight with Duryodhana. There is no problem. Leave Drona to others. So like this, he sends him away just to mitigate that risk that Drona poses to Yudhishthira. So hearing that words, Yudhishthira reflecting for a moment, he goes towards the other part of the battlefield where Bhima was engaged in a fierce battle, and he takes from the side of Bhima, and then the battle continues. Drona also on that night began again. He continues to battle and destroy that Panchala troops who are attacking him from all the directions. He continues like that. The battle continues like this. So during that battlefield, the entire battlefield was enveloped in darkness. The dust of the dust coming from the combatants. It was nobody could see anything. The battle continued, and people were estimating who the other person is, or by the names they utter, or they shouting, okay, I'm from Prabhakaras and things like that, them shouting which teams they are coming from, which tribe they're coming from, which kingdom they're coming from, like that, they're shouting, and then based on that, they were striking at each other. These, again, the battle took place in that many car warriors, elephants, horses, foot soldiers, and the greats like Drona, Karna, Kripa, Bhima, Dhrishtadyumna, Satyaki, all of them, they managed to strike one another in that battlefield, and uh, they continue to battle in that battlefield like that, even in darkness. During that darkness hour, again, warriors started running away again in various directions. As they were running away, again in the darkness, they were killed by mistake by the animals that was going around and things like that. So, like this, thousands were killed in that battle in the darkness, unable to see in the darkness. Those combatants again they lost their senses. All of this, again, Sanjay says that this is all due to evil counsels of your son, Duryodhana, and this is what happening. Dhritarashtra, listening to this, he asks Sanjay, saying that, what was the state of your mind when you were afflicted with darkness like that and the battle that was going on? What were you thinking? So again, he is asking Sanjay, who was battling there, what were you thinking? What was going through your mind at that time? And Sanjaya, when everything was dark, how did Pandava troops and also mine once more they all became visible, and how they started battling again? How did that happen? How did they started seeing each other? How did that happen? So Sanjaya says that when the remaining army of this Kauravas they were battling, at that time Drona placed himself at the front, Shalya at the rear, Ashwatthama, Shakuni, they placed themselves on the right and left flanks, and Duryodhana himself on that night he was busied himself in protecting all the troops and cheering all the foot soldiers. Duryodhana tells them that keep your weapons to the side, take all the blazing lamps, so the fire, the wood sticks which fire at the end, so like that. So those blazing lamps take in your hands, and then go to the battlefield. So when he commands like that, the foot soldiers joyously takes up those burning lamps, and then the Devatas, Rishis, Gandharvas, the Deva Rishis, all of them, and the various tribes of Vidyadharas, Apsaras, Nagas, Yakshas, Uragas, Kinnaras, all of them who were stationed in the sky, they also happily they took up the blazing lamps, and many lamps were filled with sweet scented oils. They were seen all over the places. For Duryodhana's sake, all of them took up those uh, lights, and that's how the darkness was uh, dispelled in that even in that night. So like this, the oil-filled lamps were held in hands by those troops, and it was giving way, and the warriors who were adorned with golden armor and various other kind of jewelry and things like that started shining in that um, oil lamps that was held by the foot soldiers. The umbrellas, yak-tail scimitars, and various other things, the parigas, the maces, the chariots themselves, the arrows, the bows, all those things which were decorated and they were all shining metal and all those kind of things, they all started shining in this battlefield. Sanjay narrates it was very splendid. It was looking beautiful in that battlefield when all these uh, fire lamps were lit up and carried like this. So, seeing that host illuminated like that, Pandavas as well with great speed, stirring up their foot soldiers on their side. They acted similarly, and similarly, they also took up those lamps and then started coming and attacking towards Kauravas. So, with that light, the army and they become distinctly visible. These lamps they were holding, they also again became distinctly the type of lamps they were holding. It became visible. Okay, this is from Kaurava's side, this is from Pandava's side, and things like that. They started differentiating based on the type of lamps and oils and things like that they were using, how the flames were burning. Like that, they started differentiating as well. So, like this, the battle continued. And Ashwatthama in that battlefield again, he continues to destroy the Panchala troops. So, with hundreds and hundreds of blazing firebrands were carried away by the foot soldiers. So, when the battle was going on like that, Dhritarashtra, again listening to this, he asked when Arjuna angrily he penetrated into my army. What became your thoughts? How did Drona go against him? Who supported Drona? Tell me all those things. And again, how did Drona die in that battlefield? Because you told me when he came here that Drona died. That's the message you got me. How did he die? You always tell that my enemies are very cool, they are undefeated, they are cheerful, they are swelling with strength and in this battlefield like that, but you do not speak my troops like that. So you describe them as killed, they are very pale, they are routed. You speak my warriors as of they are no good. Why it is like that? So like this, Dhritarashtra asks. Sanjaya responds to that, and then he continues narration of that evening's battle. Again, the evening's battle continues. We'll see that next time.